Hello everyone! So I feel like going to Dubai and let's see what people have to offer. Oh, there's a woman named Ilyusa. This is going to be a diamond January, 7 days for just 10,000 rubles. Yes, you heard me. She's busting her ass for pennies and she'll keep doing that. The Sunday tour, all inclusive, just the way you like it. 40,000 rubles for one person. A new tour called Coming with Kids. 120,000 rubles for 5 people. Advantages tour, just 20,000 rubles for one person. I got another tour for you. It's called the Detective Tour. 20,000 rubles for a person. 39,000 for 2 people. What is included? Flights. You said detective tour? Accommodation? I'm ready for that. Let's go. And breakfast for 2 days. And yes, you have 3-4 hours left to buy this tour. Further payments will not be accepted and the tour will be closed. New Year in Dubai tour, 60,000 rubles. Fuck my life. I see it's profitable to be a travel agent. Guys, you can sell trips for 10,000, 15,000 rubles. Ilyusa, what do you have to offer? 35,000 rubles, but without a transfer this time. Man, without a transfer, 35,000 rubles? Fuck, I think I'll need one. So, Ilyusa, a native of Kazan city, got to Dubai with her husband. A connecting flight with 75 kilos of hand luggage. Book for one person, 35,000. She lives in a dress near Mashurov from S Group. Apparently they are attracted by magnets or something. And she sells tours for 10, 15, 30, 35,000 rubles on her Instagram page. Everything is included except for transfers, which is often emphasized, so that people will go like, man, transfer is not included. But how much is for transfer? 10,000. And the trip itself is like 35,000 with flights and stuff? People don't think about the fact that there are no such flights. The cheapest one-way flight right now, if you buy it 3 months in advance, is like 25,000 rubles. No more than that, with Pobeda Airlines. No less. No less. Did I say no more? Thank you, buddy. As for accommodation, she shows us that yellow, beautiful house on the GBR beach and says it's premium. It's not, and it costs at least 500,000 rubles a month. That's the minimum, and she offers it for 35,000 rubles, including flight and food. Okay, food is not a problem. She can perhaps make some instant noodles for everyone. But guys, I'm telling you for sure, not a single tour operator can afford that. When people come here, even having spent the last of their money, in the end they get 10 times more than they spent. Believe me. So we've made a little inquiry. Khairulina Gulnaz Iligizovna, one of the victims, told me that she was the brain of this travel agency. Some people say that, like, allegedly I'm a cult leader or I'm a financial pyramid leader, but my area of responsibility in this project is how can I say, my area of responsibility is organizing. This is not Dubai, bro. Too much greenery. It's Kaluga. Who said that? Where is that written? Everywhere there's the street name in Russian. It's your truth, and I have mine. Everyone has their truth. This is Dubai. You're saying that is the Burj Khalifa, but it's not. That's bullshit. Where's that written? Where does it say this is bullshit? Why you're lying? I don't see any sand. This is Dubai. I told you, the beach is 5 minutes away from here. The first coastline. You promised 5 stars, all inclusive. The parking lot, look. Lamborghini. Where is the Lamborghini? No cars here. Transfers are paid for separately. Routed taxicabs and transfers are 2 different things. Hello, tour operator all-inclusive here. Except for transfers. We are in Dubai now and this is one of our clients. Our dear guest, do you like it here? Yeah, I see you do. Look, I was promised Dubai. What is this? What did I pay 35 grand for? For Dubai, for Dubai. You're in Dubai's. I got goosebumps all over me and I was promised 40-degree heat. Look at this, look. It's just, you got, what was that, a fever? No, fuck, wait, I forgot. When you arrive somewhere, acclimatization. Yeah, acclimatization. You know all the answers, why asking? Always our guests are complaining about stuff, and it's all cheap, yeah? He has his truth, I got mine, and he's taking it out of context. You promised Dubai, and now I'm warming myself here with a heating duct. It's a new technology, the metro. 3 minutes to Abu Dhabi. Straight to the sun. Let's go to the beach, I'll show you. The first coastline, don't you like it? You promised beautiful girls of all sorts. There you go, there they are. So, where have you come from? We've come from Nabережные Челны city. The conditions are very good. There are 3 of us living here in this apartment, air conditioning. So much food here, you know. So much food here, we can't eat it all. In October, we are expecting their 32 friends to come here. People who haven't even been here and say things like that, I think is just stupid. We are a direct example, you know? We are actually visiting here, and I would like to recommend to everyone, do not listen to anyone. Just believe. This is Dubai's busy highway. And is that safari there? I see SUVs. Yeah. Everything is so simple in Dubai. To cross the streets, you need to press the button. And it's written in Russian. Please wait. In Russian. Let's go. Crossing the road. Ferrari, Lamborghini, it's all here. I promised you, didn't I? 5 minutes and we're here. Andreyusa is here, all inclusive. Well, you've seen Ilyusa's Instagram stories, right? We have people coming all the time. If we were scammers, we would have nothing to show you. A huge hello to everyone. I'm so happy that we've managed to escape the fall Kazan. We're here in Dubai. It's hot and sunny here. I want to thank Ilyusa and Ravshan for organizing all this. Do you like it here? I do, but it's not Dubai. Say it to the camera. It's not Dubai. We got other trips for sale. Buy them. I paid 35,000 rubles. For what? For this tour, all inclusive. Is that expensive? We have a free tour to Kaluga, but you pay for transfer yourself. Salam alaikum, girls. Salam. Nice. May I ask you a question? Would you believe something like this? From February, we start enrolling. February is already packed. We're offering you total, all-inclusive. What country is she talking about? Dubai. Look, 35 grand, flights, accommodation, 3 meals a day, all-inclusive. We checked yesterday, it was 120,000 rubles. And I was scammed for 35 grand. Yeah, I got him to Dubai. He's not believing me, saying he's freezing. I'm like, the first coastline, beaches, all-inclusive, transfers. So it turns out I deceived him? Is that you on the video? Yes, sure, it's me. The same face. Don't you see? So, would you conclude that this is a lie? It's 55,000 rubles. No, we wouldn't fall for that. Look, I'll take your 55 grand and pay you back within a year. So the younger generation does not believe it. They'll say it was staged. Of course it was staged. They recognized me even with the headscarf. You saw that? I'm not going to make excuses. What's the point? Those who know the truth, they know. And for that matter, we have a whole army of tourists. And they all can help us. And there are prosecutors among them, policemen, lawyers, everyone, believe me. And we monitor everybody, what they write and wear. We have our people everywhere. We will now call the first victim who paid money for the tour, but it didn't work out, so let's find out. My name is Gulnaz and I'm from Kazan. Tell me how you found out about those tours. I was subscribed to a blogger. I honestly don't remember how I found him. I think it was like, well, you know, bloggers promote each other from time to time, and so I wondered who those young men were. I see. Tell me, in the beginning they didn't make videos about the tours, did they? Was it just ordinary blog content? Yes, first they were making videos about moving. Here in Kazan, they took part in the TV show Four Weddings. They positioned themselves as bloggers. Then after moving, they wanted to buy some kind of a factory or something, and something didn't work right, and then they came up with this tour scheme. The last thing that made me believe them was here in the Republic of Tatarstan, we have famous singers, and I don't want to give their names. I think people will understand who I'm talking about. They promoted them on their Instagram pages and shared links. And it's not a secret. You can still find those links and check it out. You can still find the links to their blog with that with that tour stuff. So it was the last sign for me, like, if famous singers use that and it's okay, it's probably worth trying, why not? So her husband is originally from my hometown, Aznakaivo, and I know his mother, so I didn't have any suspicion that they would scam people or something. It's not a big town, 45,000 people live there and everybody knows each other. If you don't know a person, people around you might know him. Some people are going to Ilyusa's parents and bothering them. Firstly, they have absolutely nothing to do with this, okay? Absolutely nothing to do with this. And we can also prosecute those people under extortion. See that? We got lawyers as well, but we just don't want to get our hands dirty, we don't want that. A woman came with two men to my mother's house. To my mom's house. Can you imagine? They just came to my mom. What does my mom have to do with this? The same day in the evening, we said that we would return the money, and after that, she kept texting us, and in the evening, at about 10 p.m., she came with some men to our home. Can you imagine how frightened my mom was? And that inadequate woman stayed there and waited till we transferred her money. So yes, we bought a tour for 3 people, me, my husband and our kid. And what was the amount you paid? 105,000. 105,000. And what did she promise for that money? She promised a direct flight, luggage, accommodation, 3 meals a day, and transfer. Was it for 7 days or 10? Yeah, 7 days, that's right. The first one to pay within an hour will get this tour for 35,000 rubles. Those who will pay within an hour will get all-inclusive in the GBR area, where everything is already included, for 35,000 rubles within an hour. Tell me please, on her Instagram stories she often says within an hour or within next 3 hours. When you saw the advertisement, was there any kind of a time limit? Yes, listen, I didn't manage to buy during the first hours. Something stopped me. I should have stopped there. So I wrote to her the next day, like, Ilyusa, I didn't have time to transfer the money. I'm asking if it's possible now, a day later. And she was like, yes, no problem. And I bought it. Yeah, you see, you're just not the first person who bought the tour not within an hour, but the next day, so she apparently accepts money from everyone and timing makes no difference at all. Yes, no one has ever come here to Dubai for only 10,000 rubles. Never in life, no one. But didn't it scare you that the trip was that cheap? Because flights, accommodation, it all costs much more than that. I am subscribed to some groups. I will not name them. Some groups that post information about cheap tours, cheap air tickets, and I know that it's possible to travel cheaply. Yes, maybe it's a bit more expensive, but still. So I thought to myself, I didn't even think they were going to scam people. So I think they just find cheap tickets, buy them, perhaps break even, maybe go a bit into the red, and make it up by selling tours, food, transfers, and thereby Get the profit. I have 7 years of experience in banking. I understand how it works. If the loan margin is lower, you make it up with commission fees. Well, yeah, seems logical. No, guys, it doesn't work like that. Believe me, I have lived in Dubai for a long time and it's impossible to pay off flights and other stuff for hundreds of people by selling tours. I'll be honest with you, we got sponsors, and if you think that your money goes to support other tourists, you are deeply mistaken, and let me explain why. Because a single tourist's vacation is expensive, and your money is not enough to serve even one tourist. And we got thousands of them. So, how much did you pay and what did she promise? Well, it was a tour for 15,000 rubles, and I waited for a long time, like 15 grand. I thought it was the right time. Yeah, for 50,000 rubles. Yeah, and they knew how to sell. Only now, only today, there's not gonna be a second time. Okay, so I called my friend. She couldn't go with me, so I called my sister, like, let's go. I have two sisters, and she didn't hesitate much. She called me back and said that she wanted to take her kids with her, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take mine as well. And then my older sister called back, like, why aren't you taking me with you? So we ended up with 12 of us. 7 kids, our husbands. My husband refused to go, saved us 15,000 rubles. One of our kids is a toddler, so the tour was free for him, and in total we paid 165,000 rubles. 165 grand. Okay, and how did she accept the payment? She accepted the payment with her husband's Sberbank card. Well, if someone accepted money with their own card, I would trust them myself. Like, she should have realized that if someone filed a lawsuit against her, they would have all the evidence. In addition to that, you know her mother, right? By the way, did you write to her mother after what happened? I know her husband's mother, and now, as we have all united in one group, some girls are like, let's go to their parents or at least write to them. I don't support this idea. I think their parents take it the hardest because they are among the common folks and they carry this burden. They have to look people in the eye on their way to work. Tell me, please, she likes to repeat by within an hour or within 3 hours. Was it the same when your tours were announced? Like, were there any time restrictions? On her Instagram story, she said that the special offer was valid until 6 p.m. And I was busy with my baby, so I missed it and I saw that story the next day at lunchtime. Oh, so the special offer time had already expired. Yes, and I replied to that story like, oh man, we missed that. Yeah, it was the first time she announced the tour for 15,000 rubles, and before that she offered the tour for 20,000. And she was like, no, 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 you still have time, it's okay if you pay now. And there was a shadow of a doubt when, 12 of us got the tour, which was already closed. What city did she promise you the flight from? She asked me what city I was from, and I said I was from Kazan. I also asked if it was going to be a direct flight, and she said that they would try to get us a direct one, but it also might be a connecting flight. Okay, I see. So generally, she could provide flights from any city. She apparently had connections everywhere, right? Yeah, and she never concealed that. She always said that no matter where you are, any city in Russia or anywhere in the world, you can easily get to Dubai from there. There were no restrictions. I am originally from the city of Perm and I moved to Tatarstan 13 years ago. Yeah, like no matter where you're from, could be Novosibirsk, Volgograd, not only in Russia. People come to us from different parts of the world, Kazakhstan, like there are lots of tourists coming from Astana, for example. And there have also been tourists from Turkey. So again, it doesn't matter where you're from. If you have an airport where you live, you can come here. The day when we announced that flight dates would be rescheduled, well, I'm talking about the 15th and onward, we expected more than 100 people to come on the 1st of August. And you know what? We contacted each and one of them, and we rescheduled maybe 90% of the flight dates. Of course, some people started threatening us. We said that we would return the money within a week because the amounts were big and, we always exceeded the limits. And, it's difficult to do it with just one card. And that's where people started leaving angry comments. There wasn't a single angry comment before that. As I can see it, people were promised like, yes, we will return the money or schedule the flights. Hold on, please. And so those people were just patiently waiting in silence. Please note that not a single comment has been deleted. Just check out our Instagram stories. Check out our reels. So many people are saying that we are scammers, and we are not deleting any of those comments. If we were scammers, we would have deleted all the comments and blocked those people by this time. So what date were you supposed to fly out? October 23rd. October 23rd. So basically you still have time to get that tour, right? Well, they already wrote a long template message that said it was the fault of the bloggers who unleashed a wave of hate on them, and they were busy suing and preparing lawsuits against those who talk badly on them, and so they were ready to invite us from the 10th of November. And to say there are already 500 people there who were told the same. I texted her one day like, Ilyusa, are we still on? Hello. And she replied to me with a long message. I think you have already seen that one. She sent that to everyone. Like, we cannot go on with the tours. Everyone is putting a spanner in the works, etc. And I supposedly needed to write a request for a refund or reschedule the tour for November or something. And as a result, when people started asking them to return their money and sending screenshots of transactions, they just replied, hello, okay, we'll return the money within a year. Within a year, did you hear that? My cameraman Vadim is shocked. Vadim, I'll pay you the money within a year. We're good? I said that I was not satisfied with those terms. Why should I wait a year for my money back? And after that they stopped reading my messages and it all ended there. I'll turn the calendar and it's summer again. I'll take a look at my photo and I am tanned again. Oh, I want to go on tour so badly. Very funny. Please don't ever send me shit like this again, got it? Thanks. And of course, we can't simply pass up Mikhail Shufutinsky's song. Our new tour is called September the 3rd. If we take the number of people who are now in the chat of the victims, it's about 500 people. As a rule, only 10% of the victims of any pyramid join chats like that, according to statistics. So we can just multiply that number by 10. It's 5,000 people in general. And only 10% are trying to do something about it. We just don't want to get our hands dirty, okay? Because all of you may be sued for provocation, hostility, hatred, for some other things, and we know who the creator of that group is and who's in that group. We have your phone numbers, we have all the information about each and one of you. We have it. Did you hear that? What do you think? Like, if we were guilty, Interpol wouldn't... So if 500 victims in the Telegram chat are only 10%, the overall number of suffered people is about 5,000. I can't believe that, because even now, when Instagram is officially blocked in Russia, her Instagram streams are being watched by 700 people online, so 5,000 people may have suffered from this scam. On average, a single tour costs from 15,000 to 60,000 rubles. And let's take 50,000 as the average, because there were also some tours for 120,000 rubles. So let's take 500 people who suffered and multiply that number by 50,000. And we get 25 million rubles. But if this is only a small part of the victims, as I said, only 10%, then the overall number of victims is 5,000. And do you know how much money is that? That's like a fuckload of quite a lot. Despite the fact that after those messages more victims were joining the group and writing hateful comments, the tours were still on sale. Yeah, and the most interesting thing is that they said they could return the money, but what were the deadlines again? Yes, by August 2024. And they're like, yes, we will return the money. Why are you so indignant? We've done nothing wrong. By the way, as for those people who are waiting for the refund, we have some problems with flights. They may be delayed for 1, 2, or 3 days. Hello, the deadline hasn't been met, no refund yet. Regarding refunds, we set ourselves the deadlines, okay? Maybe 1, 2 weeks. For some people it may be a month, but in general, tour operators return the money within a year. We will return your money within a year. Yes, she told me so. And interesting fact, you know what? It's not a scam. Wanna know why? Because everything's legal? Well, not only that. I will just return the money within a year. And I'm not backing off. I'm not scamming anyone. I'll just give the money back within a year. People, what's wrong with you? You are so wild, you're crazy. I don't know, it seems like you haven't got your money back like for years. What's wrong with you? Return the money. If someone gives you even 1 ruble, why can't they get it back? We do not refuse refunds to anyone. That nasty girl, Rezda, is busting her ass for pennies. We will refund the entire amount to such people with 1 ruble at a time. Just out of principle. Regarding those things Ilyusa said in her Instagram live broadcast, well, she's pregnant, and a pregnant woman has hormones, and naturally she responded emotionally. I'm also pregnant. So that swearing of hers was just an emotional release. But if you run your mouth too much, it will take a long time for you to get your money back. What? Sand is hot here, right? And again, regarding refunds, it's generally done within a year. Within a year, okay? You just have no idea how things work and you're saying things like that. I don't know where she got that from, that refunds take a year, because the 22nd federal law says within 10 days from the date of the corresponding demand. Once you demand your money back, she has 10 days. But maybe she relies on Arab Emirates laws, I don't know. Do you work as tour operators contractually or not? How does it work? Yes, we are tour operators and we rely on the legislation of the United Arab Emirates, and we have the right to organize tours both inside and outside of the country. And we have the right to do everything that is related to tourists' vacations, okay? Accommodation, catering, and other things. The license doesn't require any sole proprietorship or any other documents in Russia because it's the international one. Tell me please, have you seen the license yourself, that United Arab Emirates license they mentioned, which supposedly allowed them to work as tour operators? Yes, I saw that license, and it's issued to the organization called Dream Tour, but at the stage of purchasing tours, that organization was not mentioned anywhere at all. We made a deal with a natural person and we sent our money to a natural person. So anyway, if they operate under United Arab Emirates laws, there must be an agreement between them and their clients, but there never were any agreements. You just transfer money to a Russian card and this is the end of it. That's just simply violation of the law, and it's called illicit enrichment. And if this illicit enrichment occurs with the help of the promise of some incredible events, flights to Dubai for 10,000 rubles for instance, then they have simply taken possession of someone else's property through deception and abuse of trust. That's the Article 159, fraud and imprisonment for the term of 6 years, so I don't see any grounds here for allowing tour operators to keep their clients' money for the whole year. Where are all the people? Where? This is a private beach. GBR beach, you know? By the way, do you know where your money has gone? Where? To someone's bank card. Not just someone's card. Who was that exactly? Wanna know? It was Ilyusa's card. She accepted payments on her card. Ravshan, her husband, also got money on his card. Syumbel, Ilyusa's sister, also accepted payments on her Sberbank card. Firnas, Ilyusa's brother, he also accepted payments. That's some Santa Barbara stuff here. Gulnaz, the brain of it, she also accepted payments on her card. Marat Rashadovich too, I don't know who that is yet, but I'll find out for sure. Dilara Ilfatovna, Muftiev Rinat, and others. And if some of you will accidentally send me a printout of all the transfers of those bank cards to my Telegram channel, I will accidentally post that as well. Go take a bath before it's too crowded here. See, our guests are so happy. Is it good?
Yeah, it is.
Go for a swim.
Too much sealed though.
It's not sealed. It's oil. Remember, we're in Dubai.
It's sucking me in.
Sucking him in. Come on. It's a GBR beach, bitches. Well, I'm sure this is a financial pyramid. They are collecting money, bringing some tourists there for real, and the rest are waiting till January, February 2024. And as you and I have now learned, it turns out she accepted payments even after an hour or two and the next day from literally everyone. So it means her main goal is simply to collect a lot of money. Why are we returning money partially? Because we also have to deal with the flights. For some we're figuring out their flights, for some figuring out the refunds, and we can't handle all of it at the same time because our cards are issued by Russian banks, and when there are many international transactions, technical problems occur. Well, I think you understand that she cannot bring everyone to Dubai given the fact that there are 500 victims in the Telegram chat already, and most likely she won't do anything. Yes, sure, it's unrealistic. I understand that. All those excuses have become meaningless already. By the way, did you contact the police? Yes, I'm now in the process of filing a report. If you file a lawsuit, we will come to the court, believe me, and we will provide all the evidence that we are not scammers. The Supreme Court is God's judgment, and what difference does it make who's against us if the Lord Himself is with us? Today we had a meeting with our lawyer. On the day it all happened, I called the consulate of the Emirates, and they reasonably asked what it had to do with them. They told me to contact the lawyer recommended by the consulate. I found a lawyer who has experience working with Russian citizens and he speaks Russian fluently. He has lived in the Arab Emirates since 2005. He said that he needed someone who suffered and who lived in Dubai so they could go to police there. But when we started to find out the details, it turned out that if Russian citizens accepted payments on Russian cards and Emirates were not involved, the Emirati police wouldn't lift a finger. The Russian side needs to find them guilty and then resolve the issue of their deportation. Now we are contacting the investigative committee, the prosecutor's office, so we are working on that. And how quickly a criminal case will be opened is beyond our control, unfortunately. We have come to visit our dear guests. Hey! Okay, so let's get acquainted first. Lamborghini, Bugatti, Ferrari. Hey, come over here. We have a new offer for you. Did you enjoy your vacation here? A lot. Look what else we got here. A yacht tour, 13 rubles for 7 days. You told me you rented a yacht for 150,000 for your birthday. 13,000 rubles?
for a 7-day tour?
With flights, transfers, accommodation, all inclusive, you can pick any date you want except for January. You know why? We have already collected a shitload of money, you know. I'll need a rest in January. You have an hour to buy this tour. You wanna know why? So that you wouldn't have time to check out if it's true or not. Give me your money right now. Do you trust me? Do you trust me? We don't need people who don't trust us, okay? We don't need people like that. So you have 5 minutes to buy this tour, okay? And these are our guests, our dear guests. Yeah, you can take a photo next to a Lamborghini. Yeah, it's not just instant noodles, it's a decent soup.
I know where you ordered that from. Who's that?
I don't know, but she definitely needs to quit eating. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. Brother, look, she's next to a Rexona on the photo, because prices like that can make you all sweaty. The whole Bashkortostan is on vacation here with us. There is not a single person from Bashkiria who complains. Only people from Tatarstan are complaining. Well, not all of them, there are some people who can think.
Alhamdulillah, есть такие.
All those TV channels, they made a movie about us, and so I can't buy a tour now because those bloggers probably work at a ticket window and they're like, we will not sell it. What difference does it make? How can negativity in any forms affect the fact that you stole money? Where are you going to keep all that money if you cannot return it?
All that hype played to our advantage. The number of tourists has increased 3 times. We have benefited from that, okay? And people trust us even more.
Of course, people will fight for their money, and I advise you to do so as well. Please share this video as much as you can, and I hope one day Ilyusa and her husband will get what they deserved.
Relax, please. If you took out a loan, okay, write to us. Let us know. Tell us how much interest you've lost, and we will return it. Okay?
Inshallah.
And to those who are trying to sink us,
Inshallah.
no one is trying to sink you. Just give back our money, have some conscience and fear God. You see, that's manipulation there. Manipulation on the highest values, on Lord, religion. You're wearing a headscarf. Oh, you have no right to swear. You have no right to be wrong. And who are you to judge us? Who are you? Who are you to point your finger? Who are you?